Okay, we are making a film here about making what they call in Italian spianata. Can you say spianata?
Spianata.
And in the Saraval dialect, it's called spianata.
Spianata.
Very good. And the first thing we got to do, Dylan, is what? Wash our hands. Very good. Okay, now dry your hands real good. Here, open the towel up. Okay, and we're going to start off by using our flour. We basically use flour, Crisco, yeast, and we have it seasoned with kosher salt and rosemary. So here's what we're going to do first. We're going to take 5 full cups mugs. Okay, so don't measure measuring cups. So here we go. And we don't really care how much flour we put in, because what the whole secret of this is the texture. And when we make it, if we have to add more water or flour, we can do that. How many was that, Dylan?
3.
Okay. Dylan's a good sous chef. He was counting and I didn't tell him to. Okay, that's close for right now because, like I said, we go by texture. Now, this is a ball of Crisco, approximately the size of a tennis ball. Do you like those measuring dimensions? And we take this, Dylan, like this, and we dump it in here. And then we take a knife, 2 knives, and we're going to go like this, and I'm going to show you, and then you're going to do it. You see how I'm cutting it in the flour? And you're going to cut that for about 5 minutes. It takes a long time. But we'll take turns. Here you go. Start cutting. And cut all the way down to the bottom of the bowl. And where you see the lumps of the Crisco and flour together, that's where you want to stir it up and mix it and cut it. Can you feel it cutting?
Yeah.
Okay, get the sides and turn, yeah, like do this. Just take, right. And mix the flour, put it in the middle and start cutting. Push all the way down. And cut with both knives. There you go, like that. Okay, tell them how the flour is supposed to look, Dylan.
It's supposed to look like a couple little pebbles. Like, here's a good size of what it's supposed to look like.
Yes, it's supposed to look like it's got little crumpled up BBs in it. Okay, now we're going to mix the water for the yeast. And here's, Dylan,
Yeah.
the water has to be around 120 degrees.
Okay.
So we have to run it. Give me your finger. Okay, okay, feel that now. Okay, that's about 120.
It doesn't feel like 120.
But, okay, now this is the yeast, and I use rapid rise because it goes faster. And because we've got so much flour, I use 2 bags. And the reason for 2 bags also is that if we have to add more water to the thing as we're going, it'll still cut. Now we have to take this, and you can take one of these knives and slowly stir that in. Here you go. And it takes about 2 or 3 minutes for it to dissolve. So if you want to, we can take a station break right now, and we'll come back in 2 minutes. Okay, Well, welcome back. And you know, we have to take those station breaks because that's what pays for all this. Dylan has been stirring for 2 or 3 minutes, so he should be done. And you can tell you're done when you don't see any more little crumbs in the mixture. Do you see anything, Dylan?
Nope.
Okay, so we should be set.
See, no crumbs.
Okay. Now what we're going to do, here, you take this, go in the middle, and then when I pour this slowly, you're going to just dump the flour into it. Make a hole in the middle, like that. Okay. Okay, now just keep pushing the flour in the middle. Mix it faster, you know, just so it goes all the way down, and dig to the bottom of the bowl so the water goes all the way down. Okay. Now let me feel it for a little bit. And then this is where we see how much water, more water we have to add. And you could mix it with your hands, but I don't like to mix it with my hands until I know that I have most of it mixed up. See how I'm digging at the bottom all the way up and turning it, Dylan?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where the dry stuff is down there. Okay. Feel it a little bit, okay. You keep flipping it and then we'll add just a little bit more water.
I can smell it. Smell the yeast mixing with the flour.
Watch you don't get it all over your shirt.
I can
Okay,
smell
now
the
we're going
yeast.
to add just a little more water. Okay. Okay, let me mix it now so I can feel what it's like. This should make about 5 or 6 spianatas. So if you're only making a couple, obviously you just start off with less flour. And if you start off with less flour, then you only need 1 bag of yeast. Okay. And feel it. Feel how it's soft, but it's still a little bit firm. It needs a little more water because what we're trying to do is it's supposed to feel like pizza dough, only a little bit softer than pizza dough. You see that knife that's behind you, Dylan, that you were cutting the flour with?
Yeah.
On the counter behind you?
Yeah.
Okay, let me take that just to scrape off this wooden spoon.
Then we mix it with our hands.
Yeah, we're getting really close to mixing it with our hands. Let me see what it feels like. Yep. Now, when we mix it with our hands, here's what we have to do. We have to take a pinch of flour, and we go like this and put it all over our hands. So when we grab this and start to flip it, it doesn't stick on us. Okay, let me flip it a few times and then sprinkle some more flour on here for me, just a little bit. Okay, now we just have to keep mixing, and then after a while we take it out of here and we put it on the counter, and we have to, what they call kneading. Kneading means we're going to keep folding it together until we make Play-Doh.
Pretty much, yes.
Did you ever cook Play-Doh and eat it?
No. Play-Doh, one thing, Play-Doh is not edible.
Okay, now I'm going to wash my hands, and I'll let you do this for a while, and then while you do this, we're going to take another station break before we pull it out of the bowl.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead. Pick it up and flip it and squeeze it all the way together. You have to squash it like
this?
Yeah, so it goes all the way through. Well, we're back. Dylan has been working, I think he's a year older than he was before he started. But he's been flipping on that. We've washed the counter down to get the counter ready to do our work, the rest of the kneading. And so,
well, I was working on this.
While he was working on that. Okay, Dylan, lift that up and let me take the bowl out. No, take the dough out. And hold it up in the air for a second. And then I'm going to take this flour and sprinkle some flour. Okay, lay that ball right there. Okay,
not really a ball.
What we're going to do is
more like
this.
a sideways triangle.
Now, do you see how hard we're really kneading?
Yeah.
That's what we have to do now. So let me do it for a while, then we fold it this way. You see how it's getting softer and smoother?
Yep.
Okay, let me sprinkle some flour on it. Okay, now fold it in half like I did. There you go. And now make the ball the other way, like this. Squeeze it together so you don't see the joint anymore where you folded it. Okay, now fold it in half again. Okay, let me do it a little bit. Okay. This is, you got to make sure you get it all the way down in there when you knead. And when you feel it, you can feel that the texture of it still has, it's getting smoother and smoother, but if you concentrate, it feels like the whole thing is covered, and it feels a little bit like really fine sandpaper. Mm-hmm. And what you have to do is knead it until you don't feel that anymore, where it feels like it's completely soft and smooth. Okay, well, we're back. And Dylan says he's 10 now, so I guess we've been gone for a little while. I'm washing the bowl that we did our mixing in to put the prepared dough in to rise. How's it coming, Dylan?
Good.
Can you feel what I was saying about it not feeling like a sandpaper, but it's feeling like really smooth?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, let me see. Dylan, does it feel smooth yet?
Yes, it feels very smooth, actually.
Okay, and it doesn't feel like a little bit of sandpaper at all anymore?
Nope. It doesn't feel sticky.
It doesn't feel sticky at all. That's right.
And the key is that it knead it till it's not sticky.
That's right. You know it. The key is knead it till it's not sticky. Then let me show you what we do now. We take this and we go like this in a circle. And when you go in a circle, it makes a ball. And then what we're going to do, this is the bowl we mixed everything in. We are going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. Go over and give me a paper towel behind you, Dylan. Okay. Put a little bit of olive oil in the bowl. And the olive oil in the bowl is just to coat the bowl so when the thing rises, it doesn't stick to the sides. That's all. See the olive oil, Dylan? You can't
Yep.
even see it. It's just coated.
It looks like the paint right now.
Right. Okay. So let me do this. And then we put this in here, right in the
Smells
middle.
good.
And look at that. See? That's what it looks like.
Round.
And then we cover it.
And that's how you make a cake.
We cover it with a white cloth. And then we put this, preferably, like, we'll put it in the oven because it's covered and it's protected from the outside. And then we leave it in there for 2.5 to 3 hours. And what time is the clock up there now, say?
I think the power,
12:15. And so what we're going to do, 3 hours is how long?
that would be till 3:15.
3:15, right? So 3:15 is when we look at it. Okay, now we just have to sit down and wait.
Okay, let's reveal the magic.
Let's see what we have now.
Magic. Ooh.
Ooh, look what we have now.
Got so huge.
Let me wash my hands.
Me too.
Well, you're not gonna touch it now.
Really?
I just wanted to see what it is. And then we're gonna knock it down to make it small again. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
And here's what you do. You get the sides loose. And you see how the sides don't stick because of the olive oil?
You go under the top.
Hold the bowl, Dylan. Okay.
Kind of looks like a big fat pile of cookie dough. Sort of. Smells really good right now.
Okay, now we're going to cover it back up.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to let it set for about another 45 minutes. We are going to get the pans ready while the final raising of the second rising is happening. We're going to take this much Crisco and we're going to put it in the pan and we're going to go like this and we're going to just wipe it all over the sides and everything like this. Now, we're going to take the paper and smear it all over as much as we can and make sure that it's just flattened out like this. We don't want any like thick, heavy areas.
I can smell it. I can smell the Crisco.
Okay. Now you can do the other two. And here you go. You don't have to use all that Crisco. I just put that in there so it's easy to get.
Okay. Smells like a grease.
I did that on purpose.
Wait.
And I used to use olive oil instead of Crisco to do this, and it did the same thing. The only thing is that with the olive oil, when you get done, your glass plate has all that yellow oil burn on it. And then Mom told me that if I use Crisco, I would get the same effect, but I wouldn't get the oil stain on the glass. So that's what I've been doing since then. We're going to take this spoon and we're going to cut this up into 4 equal parts. See how much it came back up again?
Yep.
Now, we're going to put oil on the spoon, olive oil. And the reason we put olive oil on the spoon is because when we dig in there to pick up 4 equal scoops, we do not want it to stick to the spoon.
Why not Crisco?
Well, because the olive oil spreads easier and it doesn't make a film for this. Now, you see this? Picture 4 squares. See that?
Mm-hmm.
You start at the middle, go straight down, and cut. That's one. And by the way, I washed my hands before I did this. Again, because you always wash your hands.
Mm-hmm. I can smell this so good.
And it's only raw. Just imagine what it's going to smell like when it's cooked. Okay, Dylan, hold that bowl. Okay, put that in the sink.
We won't be eating this, the bowl, our famous movie star bowl anymore.
Okay, let's see. We need a little more over here. Okay, here's what we're going to do now, Dylan. Wash your hands one more time. Now watch what I'm doing. Put it in the middle of the bowl and then spread and pull to the edges on that one. Put it to the middle first.
Oh, wait.
Right there, right. And go as quick as possible.
So we're also like kind of crusty, sort of.
No, it's just that you want to get it even as quick as possible because you're knocking it down again and you want it to be able to raise a little bit.
Okay.
Feel how it's rubbery?
Yeah. It's just that there's some little holes there.
it so it's just to the edges. You don't have to pull it up the top, up to the top, because it'll rise. Now go like this and go.
Okay.
Now we take this
Olive oil.
and go like this.
No. Nothing. Joe's here. I called twice today. No. They did not come. And, you know, every time you call, you get a different person. And, oh, my God. Hang on a comment. I forgot that Joe was telling me something.
Okay. And then we take this. I'm going to do this part because just a sprinkle like this of kosher salt. Okay. Now, that rosemary. This is nice looking rosemary. Let me grab a paper plate right here. Rosemary, Dylan, if you pull the leaves backwards, it all falls off. There's a nice fresh rosemary. Really nice one. Now, we're going to put this all over the top. And we don't put a ton of it, but you just put enough of it. And pull it apart. And what I want you to do with it, Dylan, is put it like...
Smells so good. This rosemary smells really good.
And that's what I want you to do. See, like spread it apart. Pull the leaves apart so they're not like a clump.
We're putting them in the oven now at 75 degrees for 35 minutes.
Well, Dylan, what do you think?
Yep.
You think we did it?
Yep.
Which part do you like the best?
Yep. I like all of it.
Alrighty.
Let's do it again. Take two.
Huh?
Okay. All right, Dylan. Here we are. There's your Spianata. And we have one left to take out. And it show you that you take them out, and after about 5 minutes, you lift them out of the pie dish to let them cool. And now, we're going to wait about 2 or 3 minutes. Then we're going to sprinkle a little bit more olive oil on top. And then put a little more kosher salt on it. And we should be ready. So what do you think?
Bye.
Dylan, I'm going to have you do one because this thing here stops it from pouring. So when you turn it upside down, you just go like this. Okay?
Okay.
I'll do these, and then you can do the last one. Good job. Whoa. Now, where's the salt?
Let him do the last one.
The salt I didn't do it because if it all falls down too fast. There you go. Now how about, which ones do you want to take home?
I'd say this one.
Okay.
And wait, no, this one and this one, the two middle ones.
You want the two middle ones?
Mhm.
Okay.
And you can keep these.
All right.
Alrighty.